Hi everyone, this video is going to be my top recommendations for how to make the most out of Sephora's upcoming VIB sale for spring 2020. And I'm going to approach this in kind of a hybrid manner. I will give you my typical best recommendations and ways to approach the sale to get the most out of your money and the discount, but I'm also going to make sure that I do a whole section where I concentrate on things that are kind of more appropriate for the current time, where hopefully we are all staying indoors for a majority of our days. We are not going out as much. We're not maybe doing as extravagant of a job with different makeup looks. We may not be wearing makeup at all. So I want to give you specific recommendations for things that are not only just appropriate for that kind of change in our lives, but also things that might help kind of lift your spirits if you're getting kind of down and tired of the fact that you can't see your friends, you maybe can't see some family members, you can't just go out like normal, and that can really have a mental toll on people. So I really took the time to think about things that may just help kind of with self-care, maybe a little bit of self-indulgence, and just make you feel better. So if you want to know how to get the most out of the Sephora VIB sale discount that's upcoming, especially for these strange times that we're living in, then this is the video for you. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel by hitting that red subscribe button. Go ahead and follow Allura Beauty over at Instagram. And of course, feel free to check out any of the other videos that I have on this channel. All right, let's get into it. So I'm gonna divide this video up into 3 different sections, and I will put timestamps in the description box below so that you can skip ahead if you do not need to get the information from a specific section. The first thing is I'm gonna just give you the details about the sale, the prices for depending on which level of insider you are, the dates, all that kind of thing, exclusions. The second thing is I'm going to give you general suggestions for how to approach the sale that will help you maximize the discount. And the third section is going to be very specific products that I recommend based on pricing, based on the quality of them from having tested them, those kinds of things. And that section will include a subsection of things that I think are particularly appropriate for the stay-at-home kind of situation that we have. And before I get into any of this, I want to preface this by saying I hope that no one interprets this video as me trying to push on you to buy certain things, especially during a time when I know a lot of people may be struggling in terms of employment, in terms of income. One of the least important things is trying to feel like you need to take advantage of some sort of sale on cosmetic things. If you are in a situation where you are financially able to spend your money on these things and that's what you want to do, then I hope that this video is super helpful to you. Or if this is something that you look forward to because you maybe don't have the normal financial streams that you would have, but you are excited that there is going to be a sale so that you can get some of the things that you've been looking forward to, or frankly, sometimes things that you need, then these recommendations have you in mind. So part 1, what are the contours in terms of the sale? The VIB sale is a sale that Sephora has nowadays. It's twice a year, usually once around the holiday times and then once around this time in spring. And it allows you to get a discount, a site-wide, almost site-wide discount between 20 and 10% on any items that you purchase. So for this year, if you are the Rouge level, which is the highest level, you get 20% off. You are able to start using that discount April 17th through May 1st. For a VIB level, which is the middle level, you get a 15% discount. You get to start applying that discount April 21st through April 29th. And if you are the insider level, which is the easiest level to get, you get a 10% discount on your purchase. You get to start shopping with that sale April 23rd through April 27th. The code is the same for everyone. It's Spring Save, and you can use that code multiple times. It's not a one-time use code. So if you make a purchase and then a week later you kind of say, you know what, I really do want that item, you can go back and you can use it again. The discount does exclude the ordinary, so unfortunately you can't use it on those, which is kind of a bummer because in this video I am concentrating on having several recommendations that are super affordable, but you can't use it on The Ordinary. So let's move on to the second part where I give you just general ideas of how to approach this to make the most out of each dollar. My first recommendation is try to concentrate on brands that don't have their own separate friends and family sales that give you a better discount. So for example, especially if you are at the insider level or even at the VIB level, there are a lot of brands that are sold through Sephora, but they also have their own freestanding websites and they run their own friends and family sales. And most of the time, a friends and family sale is 20 to 25% off, sometimes 30 if you're lucky. So obviously, if you wait for the site itself or the brand itself to have its own friends and family sale, you'll get a better discount. Now, once it gets to the Rouge level, it's hard to beat the Rouge level because it's 20%. So you may not have to worry about that so much if you're at the Rouge level. My next general suggestion is take a look at the sales page that Sephora has for items that are already discounted regardless of the VIB sale, because clearly you're going to get the sale price plus an extra 10, 15, or 20% off of that sale price. They do stack, so you get the advantage of both of them. And in the third part of this video, I will choose my top picks from the products that are already on sale that I think are just, they're too good to pass up after you apply an additional 10 to 20% on top of the sale price. And my last general suggestion is really think about things that you would buy throughout the year anyway. So for example, your beauty blender that you may replace every few months, and you may put a purchase in 2 or 3 times a year. Instead of doing that, why don't you go ahead and put your order in now, kind of use the kind of Costco approach, which is put 3 of these in your cart, 3 or 4 of them, however many you use throughout the year, and then get your 20% discount on them, and then you'll have them ready for you to go throughout the year, and you got them for cheaper. Or something like your Clarisonic brush heads, which you should also be replacing pretty regularly. Again, getting that extra 10 to 20% off on them. It's not like they're gonna go bad by sitting in your closet, so may as well go and stock up on them for the entire year or for the 6 months, because nowadays, like I said, Sephora is running this sale a couple times a year, but for however many will last you through 6 months or a year, go ahead and purchase them at the sale. All right, now for the part that you're probably most interested in, my specific suggestions for products. And for this section, I'm gonna divide this up into 4 different sections. I'm gonna give you specific suggestions for skincare, for makeup, for items that I think are most appropriate or particularly appropriate for the environment of staying at home for most of our lives these days. And there will be some overlap between things like skincare and stay-at-home items. And fourth, items that are on the sale page that I definitely think you should take advantage of. And actually, let's start with that because that's where the greatest discount is that you'll see. So for the sale section, there are 2 skincare items that I think are fantastic that you should definitely take advantage of. The first one is by Laneige, and it is a kit that they have created, I think in collaboration with Netflix, and it's their To All the Boys Sealed with a Kiss set, which retails at the sale price. It's also limited edition for $20, and you get 2, I think they're smaller sized lip sleeping masks, which themselves are fantastic products from Laneige, but they're in, I think, 2 limited edition flavors or scents: mint choco and sweet candy. So you not only get 2 of them, 2 different flavors, but I don't think sweet candy is available otherwise. Mint choco might be, but the 20% price is gonna be discounted even further. So if you get the additional 20% discount, then it's only $16. So definitely something that I would recommend checking out. The second skincare item that I think is fantastic is Kate Somerville's Ceramides Plus Omega Serum, which I don't know if I've heard people really talking about. This retails for $49 at the sale price. So with the discount, it would then only be $39.20 for a 1 ounce serum. Now, of course, luxury or more high-end skincare is going to be expensive. So $39 is by no means cheap, but it's absolutely much cheaper than the original retail price, which is $98. So you're going from $98 down to less than $40. You're pretty much getting it at half price. So that is incredible. Then in terms of makeup, I have a handful of sale items that I think are fantastic that you shouldn't pass. The first one is any of the Sephora Pro brushes. I'm not gonna make a specific suggestion because that of course is gonna be dependent on what you're looking for and what you need in your collection in terms of brushes. But Sephora Pro brushes are fantastic in quality. They are affordable for being kind of high quality brushes already. Then at the sale price, and then on top of that, in addition to your Rouge or VIB discount, you should definitely check them out if you haven't ever tried out a Sephora Pro brush. Next, I'm gonna recommend the powder blushes by the brand Pretty Vulgar, which you don't hear talked about a lot on YouTube. It still is being sold at Sephora, and I hope they survive because I really like a lot of their products. This is the blush that I actually have on my cheeks in this video. It's in the shade Shameless Flirt. These are great. The pigmentation is lovely. They blend really nicely onto the skin. So those are originally at the sale price, $18. And then if you get your additional discount, will only be $14.40. All right, and 3 more higher end products. The first one is Anastasia Beverly Hills' Carly Bybel palette, which I can't believe at the sale price, it's already $22.50. So if you got an additional 20% off on that, it would be $18. That's cheaper than a lot of drugstore eyeshadow palettes. So I absolutely think that that's something that a lot of people might want to check out. Next is going to be Natasha Denona's Diamond and Blush palette. This has a mix of cream and powder products, blushes, and really shimmering highlights. I did do a review and swatch video on one of them. It may not be my particular cup of tea, but I know a lot of people love the formula in this. And the price at the sale level is $44.50. And if you get the additional discount, it's $35.60. So given the amount that it retails for, that is absolutely a deal that you should scoop up if you at all are interested in this palette. My last makeup recommendation from the sale website is Marc Jacobs's iconic eyeshadow palette in Stiletto. This at the sale price is retailing for $34. At the sale price is $27.20 with the additional discount. Again, that is a mind-blowing price to be paying for a Marc Jacobs eyeshadow palette. His formula is fantastic on so many of his different eyeshadow palettes. So if the color story on the Stiletto one interests you at all, then definitely check that one out too. All right, let's move on to regular makeup products that are not on the sale page, but I think that you should consider checking out with the additional discount. My first recommendation is going to be mainly because it will be brand new on April 17th to Sephora. That's the first day of the sale that's possible for Rouge members. That's going to be Fenty Beauty's new cream blushes and bronzers. So the blushes will retail for $20 each, and the bronzers will retail for $32 each. Now the bronzers are significantly larger in size than the blushes, so that's why there's that price difference. But then in addition, if you're getting that 20% off, then you're, what is it? Quick math, I think the blushes would only be $16 each. I'm not gonna do the math on the bronzers right now, but they are kind of on the expensive side, especially for the bronzers, but with that additional 20% off, I think are pretty reasonable. So it'll be exciting to get your hands on those right away when they're newly released at an additional discount or at a lower price than you would otherwise be able to. On the same lines, my next suggestion is also a product that's already available on Sephora, but is fairly new and is perfect for summer, and that is Clinique's new line of summer 2020 products. They include some lip products and also a highlighter and a bronzer, and they are kind of embossed in this flower design. A lot of people love the formula on these, so that's another thing or another set of items or collection that you could consider that's very new that you could get at a discounted price that you otherwise wouldn't be purchasing them at. And my last suggestion is not a new product, but it is very good quality and it's very popular too. Something that I recently have been testing out and really loving. That's by Milk Makeup, and that is their matte stick bronzer. I just checked, it is in stock. Usually this is something that is constantly out of stock on Sephora's website, and I'm sure will be scooped up very quickly and will go out of stock pretty quickly once the sale starts. So you might want to put that in your cart right away and just have that ready to go to scoop it up if you've been at all interested in it before it goes out of stock. All right, let's move on to skincare suggestions. So my first suggestion is my tried and true Clarisonic. This is the old school version. I also have a Mia, so there are much smaller versions of this, but I want to show you this to show you how good of an investment this is. A lot of people ask me, you know, it's so expensive. Is it really worth the price? Yes, it's expensive, absolutely. And if this is not feasible in the budget, then of course, this is not that important to get. But if it is financially within comfortable means, this will be an investment that absolutely will pay off. I have had this literal brush, not the brush head, but the literal device for 12 years now, if I'm calculating it correctly, at least 10 years. So the price that I've paid at the beginning has absolutely been worth it for this device. Just gets your skin very clean. It's a nice way to manually exfoliate. Wonderful investment, wonderful device. So if you can get it for an additional 20% off, absolutely you want to take advantage of that. Another skincare shout out I have to make is Clinique's cleansing balm. If you're not double cleansing, you should check that out. And one of my absolute all-time favorite cleansing balms, and a lot of other people's, is by Clinique, getting that extra 20% off. It's already super affordable given the crazy amount of product that you get, but the upfront price tag can be a little shocking just because you're not working it out per ounce what it costs. So that additional sale price will help ease that initial, seemingly kind of higher price point. All right. The Inkey List is already a super affordable skincare brand. So if you are kind of tighter in budget during these times and you still are in need of some good skincare on a daily basis, I would absolutely encourage you to check out the Inkey List because their prices are already between, $6, sometimes up to like $13 or $16, but even then, super affordable. And the Inkey List is included, I'm pretty sure, on the discount. It's not like The Ordinary, which excludes itself from being discounted. I believe, and I think I've done it before, where you can get that extra 20% off the already super affordable prices there. So this is a really nice place to explore. I'm going to give you some specific suggestions for my top products, but really I can't think of a single product from the Inkey List where I would say, no, this is a bad skincare product, you should not buy this. But that said, my top favorites from the line are, for example, the PHA toner, fantastic for getting that chemical exfoliation with a more gentle method. Their retinol face serum, it's mind-boggling how you could get an effective dose of retinol at such an affordable price. Their alpha arbutin face serum is also a great one. CoQ10 face serum. CoQ10 is a great addition to any skincare that you're already doing. And their tranexamic acid night treatment, helping some discoloration and smoothness of the skin, also a fantastic option. All right, on the other end of the spectrum is Drunk Elephant, which again is thankfully included and not excluded from the sale. It is very expensive, but their products are fabulous. So if you can get an extra 20% off to help ease the cost of this expensive skincare brand, the quality is absolutely going to be worth it. Once again, they also have skincare sets from Drunk Elephant, things like this. I don't think they have this particular one in stock currently, but whatever sets they do have, make sure you go check them out. If they do have products that you're interested in, or even just majority interested in, when you work out the math, I've always found them to be good for the price, because given the amount that they give you in the number of products, if you had worked them out to buying them in full size and individually, you would be paying more than buying them in the set. But if you don't want to buy a set and you want my top recommendations for individual products, probably my number one is the TLC Sukari Baby Facial. This has 25% AHA and 2% BHA. It also has a sample size of their virgin marula oil, which is fantastic too. This is something that I would only recommend if you already use AHA and your skin is used to at least 10%. This is something that is more and more like a mask. You keep it on for 5 to 10 minutes, then you rinse it off. It's extremely potent, but it gives you that beautiful radiance and smoothing effect on the skin. So if you can tolerate, this is absolutely a great investment. This thing is almost like $100, I think. So it's very expensive, but you'll get that discount and you will not be disappointed with the results. My two other favorite products from the line Drunk Elephant. This is their Proteini Polypeptide Cream. This has more of like a gel consistency, so lighter, maybe more appropriate if you have oily or combination skin. And then the other suggestion is the Lala Retro Whipped Cream. It has a whipped cream formula, so a little more nourishing, maybe more appropriate if you have drier skin. I use both of these and I love them. I have no problem on my combination skin, but if you really want something that's more targeted to your skin type, then those are the differences between these two. Both of them are fantastic. I already mentioned Laneige's lip sleeping masks. These are fabulous for nourishing the lips, putting them on at night, and then waking up to super soft, hydrated lips. They have different sets of fragrances or flavors, I would say, so just whatever is suited to your liking if you don't want to buy the set that's on sale that I mentioned earlier. And my last skincare suggestion is by the brand Herbivore, and I don't really hear other people talking about this product, but this is their Emerald Plus CBD oil. So this oil is, first of all, it's beautiful just visually. It comes in a bottle like this, and you can see it's kind of this emerald green color. So in addition to the CBD, it also contains squalene, a huge amount of that. It has obviously a bunch of oils to help nourish the skin. It has a ton of antioxidants, vitamin E, it has fruit extracts and turmeric, so all great things in this facial oil. Sunscreen, which I feel like is a great thing to be investing in now, because normally throughout the day, I put my sunscreen on in the morning, but then I'm going throughout my day, whether it's work or doing whatever it is I'm doing outside of the house, and I never reapply my sunscreen because the truth is, even though I would like to, I have my makeup on, so I'm not gonna smear sunscreen all over my makeup look. But really, you should be putting on your sunscreen because the effectiveness of that degrades after a few hours. So most of the time, midday, you're not really getting the full protection of your sunscreen if you haven't reapplied it. But now, if you are staying inside mostly, not really wearing makeup, you should absolutely be reapplying your sunscreen. You have no excuse because you're indoors and not wearing makeup. So really investing and thinking about sunscreens that would be great for you is something that I would take the time to do now that we are in this weird situation. So one of my top recommendations is from Supergoop. I'm gonna give you two recommendations. This one, which I use because I have more combination oily skin. This is their 100% mineral matte sunscreen, SPF 40. I think the packaging has now changed, but it's the same formula. This one has a tint to it, so it combats the white cast. It has a matte, almost dimethicone feel to it, but it doesn't feel heavy. It's a great under makeup. This is maybe my third bottle of this, so fantastic. If you don't want that tint or you don't want that dimethicone feel, they also have another version called I think it's just called the Unseen Sunscreen, also SPF 40, so that one is also a great alternative. And actually at this point, I've kind of overlapped into my fourth category of specific suggestions, which is for things that are most appropriate now that we are doing our stay-at-home, hopefully. So my other additional stay-at-home product suggestions, in addition to sunscreen, is going to be some bath and body products. Again, kind of self-pampering, taking time for ourselves. And I think Sol de Janeiro is just a brand that I have to recommend at this point. They have so many fabulously, deliciously scented products. In particular, their shower wash or their body wash. I think this is probably, again, my third bottle of this. It just absolutely, the experience that you get, you know, to take that time in the shower to kind of relax, try to not be so stressed. This will definitely help you out, but they also have things like their Bod Buff, which is an exfoliating scrub, the Brazilian Crush Body Mist, and then of course the classic Bum Bum Cream. So all of those in your routine can help kind of give you that aromatic experience to hopefully make you happy, make you calm, put you in a more mentally positive headspace. And I know we already mentioned Drunk Elephant for skincare, but I wanted to encourage you to consider Drunk Elephant's new line of hair care slash body care. Hair care, I don't know so much, but they're body care items that they have on offer now or newly added to the line. Things like their body wash, their body creams. Again, if you want very well formulated items, that's also something that you might consider in terms of nourishing your body. And if you're pampering yourself or having a spa day at home, a face mask is probably something that you might be interested in. So my suggestion for that is by Youth to the People. This is my third tub of this. This is their Spirulina plus microalgae kale spinach age prevention superfood mask. It is in this super cool green color like this. It comes in a glass jar, so you can reuse this, recycle this, upcycle that. I really appreciate that about the brand. It has a cooling feeling on the skin. It has a ton of fantastic ingredients that I've already listed many of them for. And it is a clay-based mask, so it can have a nice kind of temporary mattifying effect. If you're super dry skinned, this may not be the best, but it does have hydrating ingredients in that, not just the clay-based ingredients. So I think this is going to be appropriate for most skin types, maybe not super, super dry skin. Okay, those are my suggestions, my recommendations, and the guidance that I have for how to make the most out of the upcoming Spring 2020 VIB sale at Sephora. If you have any other additional recommendations, please share them with us in the comment section below so we can all take advantage of them. I hope that this was enjoyable, even if you don't really plan to shop the sale. I hope it was entertaining. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you are staying inside, staying healthy, staying safe. I hope you have the support of the people around you, whether that's physically or virtually. And yeah, let's all get through this together. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I'll see you in the next video.